Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, a disappointing loss today. That's right, we lose for the first time in 2026, but we still win this series. Losing this one today 11-7 to the Tampa Bay Rays, in which Tampa Bay had 17 hits in this one, and really this entire series. They've used a lot of small ball. They do not have many extra base hits at all in the series. They had a home run in the opener Thursday, and then of course they had that 6-run sixth inning where all of their hits were singles, and then in yesterday's game they did not have any extra base hits. And yeah, and well, Dustin May, who made his Cardinals debut, did not go as planned. Unfortunately, ended up only going 4 innings, giving up 6 runs on 10 hits, striking out 3 on 61 pitches. So, disappointing outing for Dustin May. Hopefully he can stay healthy for an entire season. He's never made more than 25 starts in a season. In fact, I don't even know if he's made more than 22 starts. So, but yeah, hopefully he can stay healthy for a full season. Tampa Bay would take an early 1-0 lead. RBI double in the top of the second by Johnny DeLuca, scoring the speedster Chandler Simpson to make it 1-0 Tampa Bay. And then a wild pitch by May to score a run and make it 2-0. Then 3 straight hits. Yandy Diaz would drive in a run to make it 3-0. So five hits, 3 runs in the second inning. And then in the bottom of the third, Jordan Walker would have a leadoff double. Pedro Pajes would ground out, and then Victor Scott would reach on an infield hit. And Walker would score on a throwing error by the Rays second baseman. So that would put us back in it at 3-1, facing ex-Cardinal from the last couple years, Steven Matz, making his first start as a Ray. Cardinals traded him to the Red Sox at last year's deadline, spent the rest of the year with Boston, then signed with Tampa Bay. Then in the top of the fourth, 3 straight doubles to make it a 6-1 Tampa Bay lead. But then in the bottom of the fourth, with Mason Wynn had a single, Thomas Saggese getting his first appearance of the season would walk to put 2 runners on, and Jordan Walker with a 3-run homer to center field to make it a 6-4 game. And yeah, and this, lots of people have said this is kind of a make or break year for Walker, and a huge impression. A 3-run homer to make it a 6-4 game with still a lot of game left. Of course, he came from behind 7-1 on opening day Thursday, and now trying to make another comeback. And so that was a great start. First home run of the season for Walker, and would drive in his first 3 runs. So, and like I said, May would only be done after 4 innings. And then 2 scoreless innings from the newcomer left-hander Justin Brule. A very solid outing compared to his first outing on Thursday, in which he did not get through that 6th inning. 2 scoreless innings for the new Cardinal Justin Brule. And then a 1-2-3 7th inning for another new pitcher making his Cardinal debut, George Soriano, who we got in a trade, I believe a trade from the Miami Marlins in the winter, is a flamethrower, and a 1-2-3 7th inning in his St. Louis debut. Soriano, 24 games last year with Miami. His ERA was over 8, but is a hard thrower. 36 strikeouts in just over 36 innings. So that's a strikeout per inning. So, 3 career saves. So So he's a hard thrower, 27 years old. So nice to see that. The Rays will get 3 runs in the top of the 8th off of a pitcher making his major league debut. Matt Pushard had a very solid spring. Is 28 years old, a long-time minor leaguer, and finally made his debut. And unfortunately didn't go as planned. Gave up 3 runs on 31 pitches in that 8th inning. Then in the bottom of the 8th, Nolan Gorman with a long solo home run to make it a 9-5 game. First home run of the season for Gorman and already 4 RBIs. So he's off to a very solid start. Gorman, who didn't start the game, Ramon Urias, who started at third, but was replaced by Gorman after Urias went 0 for 2. And then Pedro Pages, a 2-run home run to make it a 9-7 game. So, just like that, if we got another runner on base, the tying run would come into play. Pages, who had 11 home runs last year, now first home of the season for him in this one. But then, unfortunately, 2 more runs for the Rays in the top of the 9th off of Chris Roycroft. So a rough start of the season for Roycroft. Gave up 3 runs on Thursday, now 2 runs on 3 hits in this one. So actually only gave up 1 run, but it was a run on 3 hits on Thursday, now 2 runs rather in this one. So if it wasn't for those 3 runs in the 8th, then we could have taken the lead if it wasn't for that. So that's too bad. But, just nice to see us, make a nice solid attempt at another comeback. Fortunately, went 2 for 11 with runners on base, but 3 home runs in this one was nice to see. So, just glad that you're able to get this series win, and, what a weekend it was. J.J. Weatherholt, the rookie, had his first home run Thursday and a walk-off yesterday to become actually the first player ever in MLB history to have hit their first home run in their debut and then a walk-off in their second career game. So that is pretty amazing. So, the Rays had just 1 extra base hits in the first 2 games, and now they had, no home runs in this game, but they had 3 extra base hits in this one. So, we will now host the New York Mets beginning tomorrow night. Won't be an easy matchup. They're one of the best teams in the league. They had a huge offseason, adding a bunch of players. So, we actually faced the Mets last year, I think, early in the season. We took 2 of 3 from them. So, also Rays DH in this one. Yandy Diaz went 5 for 6, a 5-hit game for the first time in his career. Cardinals DH Ivan Herrera, 0 for 5. He's off to a rough start to the season. So, but Jordan Walker, 3 hits. Great to see that. So, till Monday against the Mets, Cal Nick saying, go Cards.